Hey everyone, this is smpratte, and today we're going to talk about why the Pokemon Celebration set is so good. I think for most people, like, yeah, it's got base Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, Goldstar, Umbreon, Shining Magikarp. Yeah, outside of the obvious stuff, what we're going to do here is talk about why the fundamentals of this set really make it a just great experience for everybody, for every type of collector. Every single person I've seen so far who's opened up Celebrations is enjoying it. And I think there's one big reason why. It's not a massively bloated set with like 4 to 5 different variants of the same card. This guy right here is the number one public enemy right now for Pokemon sets. That one specifically is the Gay Pride Donald Trump Hyper Rare Gumshoes card. I think that was given to me like ages ago by Zach Eggers. I think he gave it to me. Still have it. It's always here in the grandma house. Anyway, that hyper rare card represents the entire problem of modern Pokemon sets. They are bloated with too many of these variant cards that make it impossible to complete these sets. And I really want to dig deep into this idea. I've talked about before with set identity and set construction. I think how that's very not only important, but a big part of Pokemon. I think what separates Pokemon from sports specifically, and Magic too, is that people really care about the set. I'll say Magic does do a good job with set identity, but people don't really collect it as much. Like, think about like Kaladesh or something like that. Super nice set identity, but they just don't have the collector base over there to really like appreciate it and, go after it. Like in Pokemon, everybody loves, like even me when I open up these packs, I can't get over the common and uncommon arts they make now. They just look so good. The bottom line is Pokemon is really good at producing things for collectors. However, a lot of these new, especially English sets that have like 300 cards and so many variants require you to open thousands of packs. Like, you have to go to a bank and they're like, okay, so what are you thinking of doing here? You thinking of buying a new car? No, I said card. I want to open up the newest English Pokemon set, so that's why I'm here for a loan to do that. Not a car that I would drive around. I just want to open up the new English Pokemon set. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, don't worry. You're like the fifth guy this day who's asked that. Like, that's how it is now. You really have to sink so much money into opening up. Or if you go back here with the base set box, you open that thing up right now, you'll probably get at least 80% of base set. At least. Maybe even 90% if you get a really good balanced box with your hollow and rare pull rates. You can get a strong majority of the set in most WotC boxes. It's very healthy in my opinion. I think that's a good ratio, because what people need to remember is that back in the day, boxes were like the adult thing that you could never get. Like as a kid, it was just packs, right? You go in, I remember buying 3 base packs. That was my total purchases as a kid, were 3 whole base packs. That's what you did back then. So now when kids are buying packs, you literally have to buy thousands and thousands of them. Even if you somehow manage to do Pokemon full time and record in a grandma house, you still have to really think about, do I want to sink thousands and thousands of dollars into opening up these new packs for this new set? Celebrations is not like that. In fact, I saw someone the other day who posted that they opened, I think it was about 100 packs, and they got the whole set. Now, that might have been a better case scenario. They might have been really lucky and really fortunate. Still, you cannot do that with 90% of these huge sets that you have today, especially like the Evolving Skies and stuff like that. There's no way you could do it in 100 packs. There's more than 100 cards. There's more than 100 slots you would need to pull all that stuff. So in Celebrations, not only do you have a tighter set without the hyper rare, you can't even tell what this is, because if it's even 1 foot away from you, they all look the same. You don't have the plague of the hyper rare in Celebrations. It's not every card with 4 variants. The pulls are actually exciting. In fact, every person I've seen who's opened a box and posted on Discord or E4 or whatever, opening even just 1 or 2 ETBs, you get such a nice mix and a nice reward for your efforts. Even the Pikachu cards, like the freaking base Pikachu full art is like one of the easier cards to pull. Looks beautiful. You'll probably get it. There's some reward for what you're doing. Like there's some positive reinforcement here in buying this set and opening it and enjoying it. So that's what I'm seeing right now with Celebrations. And if I had to criticize, the only thing I criticize of Celebrations that comes to mind is that maybe it could have had a little bit more set identity. If we look at like Evolutions really had a strong set identity where they brought a lot of the old school stuff back, like base set, and then adjusted it for the current meta. I thought that was really cool. Like, it was cool to see like Clefairy as a fairy type now, or like Mewtwo with finally a little bit more appropriate amount of HP that he should have had a long time ago. How are they going to give Mewtwo 60 HP in base set? Like, what kind of nonsense? Anyway, that is a better set identity, in my opinion, where with celebrations, yeah, they could have used a little bit more of that. But again, overall, that really doesn't matter because the pull rates and ratios and what you get, like the variety of what you can get from a pack is rewarding. You feel good when you open up the product, which is what you want at the end of the day. It's not like, okay, Champion's Path, I only have Charizard and everything else is just like, okay, where's the Charizard? Where with this one, you can not get a Charizard and you're still getting something that's equally as exciting. So that's what you want to see. That's why this set is so fun. That's why people are crawling over each other right now, and it's such a popular thing. Another idea I want to talk about, if this isn't deep enough into why, you know, sets are successful and what makes Pokemon different than sports, because I think that's a big and useful comparison. When you look at modern sports, it's really just all about that card. Like, all about that refractor, all about that RPA, all about that patch card, whatever contrived thing it is they're putting in there for the new superstar athlete. That's all people want. Like, it might as well be, these new sports cards might as well all be blank except for that one card you want. Like, that's how ridiculous it is in sports. Like 90% easily of the cards in these packs, no one cares about. Nobody cares about them. They might as well be blank except for this superstar, whatever, speculate rookie card, whatever it is. You don't want to see that in Pokemon, and some of these new modern sets are that in a way. I always try to focus on the common uncommons, like when I did the Fusion Arts opening. Got plenty of packs here from the failed attempts of trying to record. This was a lot of fun because the mixture of common and uncommon art, especially in that set, was phenomenal. Like, a lot of them stopped me in my tracks. What I like to do personally, I'll look at some of the previews, but I don't try to look at all of it. Kind of like the trailers, like people who don't like to watch trailers for movies. I'm kind of that way with Pokemon because when I record that first opening that I put up, it's so fun, you know, to see like the mixture of art. And this one really delivered. I'm not even getting into the chase cards. Like, the common uncommons were beautiful. Komiya, every time there's a Komiya card, I take it out, put it in the Komiya binder. None of that exists in sports. That's a very, very rare thing. Maybe like the Jordan or the Gretzky or whatever it is, they might do that. But outside of that, 90% of sports cards and collectors are not going after sets. Where I think that's a very special thing in Pokemon. You don't really see it in other hobbies. Again, even in Magic, Magic has really good set design. You know, like we're talking about evolutions and design of the set, like jungle Pokemon, fossil Pokemon, rocket, dark Pokemon. Magic does a good job with that, but they just lack the collector demand for it. So that's what I think really makes Pokemon special at the end of the day, is you have a mixture of that set identity with the demand, where you don't really see that in any other market. You don't really see that in any other collectible. It's very unique to Pokemon. So that's why I think Celebrations did so well. And, you know, Evolutions was the same way. I remember when Evolutions came out, everybody was just over the moon. It was a great time. It was honestly like, remember Pokemon Go 2016? It felt exactly like that. If you weren't around for Evolution's release, it felt very similar to the original 90s era. It just had that like organic excitement because all the stars aligned. You had base set making a reappearance, and then it was adjusted, and it was so cool. Like, you felt like a kid again, being like, whoa, what attack does it have now? Like, what's Charizard's attack now? Wait, Raticate is like broken and actually playable now? It was cool to see all that. It made it happen. Like, it all came together with Evolutions, and I feel like Celebrations did that for the most part. The only, again, Achilles heel I could criticize is I wish it had more of a set identity, which probably I would like to see more of like the light Toxicroak type thing. Like the, you know, we'll do a little bit of a splash of like Neo Destiny cards, or like even the Pikachu VMAXs. Those are my favorite, actually. Like the base set full art Pikachu. I like those new ones in there. I like the mix of like the old and the new. It could use a little bit more of that, but overall, again, it's still such a good set because smaller sets with an identity equal not only organic interest, but a long-term value, a long-term chase. That's what you want at the end of the day. Chase is a goal. Like, you want a goal. And I feel like a lot of the modern sports and sets that are all about the chase cards end up just being like lottery. It ends up just being like a slot machine, you know, and you don't want that. I don't want to just have these larger lottery sets. I'd rather have a small set with an identity, because for me, that's something I can come back to and be like, any point in time, if I want to collect it now, tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years from now, it's going to be fun. Just like in WotC, it's fun, it's more accessible, it's more achievable, it's a nice healthy goal. So there you go. That's what I have for Celebrations. I'm sure a lot of other videos are out there like, yeah, Charizard, Umbreon, whatever. Those are the obvious things, but I really want to get into it and talk about why, not only Celebrations, but these factors for why it's so good could be passed on to future sets. And, hopefully Pokemon does that. Maybe if they even do like some that are more towards collectors, like a Shining Legends, Celebrations, Hidden Fates. I know it's big, but still like something that's more about set identity and collecting than like Evolving Skies that has like a never-ending amount of cards. Like, it's just nauseating. Like, how many packs? And that's the last thing I wanted to say, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, we'll just buy singles. True, you can. I think that's the way to go to do a set. But somebody's got to open the packs. Like, somebody has to pull these cards. Somebody's got to do it. So, there you go. That's what I have. Celebrations is good, okay? That's my take on it. As usual, guys, you know the deal. Let me know how you feel. That's pretty much it. Till next time.